Well, everyone, I just went over the battlefield changes. Now we're going into the hero adjustments changes. They're adding a new hero. He will be live at the end of the month. MSC. He won't be available for MSC probably. Coming out right before it. Zask. Remove the first two basic attacks. The Nightmare Spawn will now continuously deal the death rays. Also optimized at which they... okay. Oh, no longer affected by attack speed. So now it's pointless to build attack speed on Zask and just pure damage. And it's just a constant beam of damage. So hopefully that makes it, you know, actually good. And actually do some damage. It might do the same damage now. I'm not gonna look at all the stats because you can't really, you know, picture it. But that's a pretty interesting change. I actually want to try that because I used to love playing Zask when he was actually like, before they quote unquote bug fixed him. Where you could like respawn your turret at full HP, and they got rid of that for whatever reason. So Chow, they reduced the distance to get that enhanced basic attack by half, which is a pretty big deal. Enhanced basic attack can reduce enemies' defense by 10. Ooh, so this makes Tank Chow even better because he essentially gets that support emblem where they do more damage if they hit that person, but you know, with his auto. So that's pretty nice. So his dash distance got increased. Wait, that's crazy. So if you use your skill 1 or skill 2, at least as long as you use them twice, you will get your passive back. So say you punch first skill once, then dash, you get your passive back. Then you first skill twice again to get the knockup, passive back again. So Chow's full damage combo just got increased by like a lot because you get your passive back so much more often. I don't think the passive would stack, but that's still kind of nuts. But the kick distance got nerfed, and they removed the physical penetration on the skill 2 for upgrading it. But that's still a buff because you don't prioritize upgrading your skill 2 anyway. So since your passive now has the penetration, like armor reduction, you'll do a lot more damage. This is a huge buff for like damage, even support Chow. So Xavier got a buff. What? Skill cooldown reduced by ultimate went to 36 seconds? Does that mean he just get his ults back when he just gets his passive procced? No, oh wait, okay, so they buff the ultimate cooldown as well. That's still a huge reduction. And then overall, his base damage seems to have gotten higher in the early game, lower in the late game, but the scaling got increased. So Xavier is kind of a demon. That's some big changes to Xavier, big buffs all around. All this gets more attack speed per stack now as passive instead of damage. Wow, that's a big damage buff for all this. Wait, what? Dude, all this is numbers. They've got increased so much, dude. You're gonna see all this hyper carry with Angela all over again. That damage buff is crazy in all his skills. What about his ult? So instead of getting crit chance, you get physical penetration. Honestly, I'd say that's better. Because it's like, you don't have to rely... Now you can just shred the tanks with physical penetration. That's kind of crazy. All this is going to hurt like a bitch now. Leomord. So now for your passive, you get 2 points of... You get 2 points of... Wait, what does this mean? Physical attack gained by every 1% crit chance. Went from 1 to 2. Oh, okay. So basically, instead of getting a flat... So if you build Berserker's Fury, you get 20% or just 25% crit chance. You will get 50 attack. Well, that's a lot, dude. Wait, hold on. If you have Berserker's Fury... I don't know why I don't have audio. You're going to get like 50 attack on top of the 65. And then the passive as well. So that's insane. You're like 40 attack under BOD worth of damage, plus that bonus crit damage effect, and the 5% bonus crit for half HP. That's kind of nuts. If you're building like Berserkers on the Immortal, I mean, you kind of have to now with that change. Like that's an OP. That's how it changed. Skill 2 cooldown is at 12 at all levels. No, 10 seconds. Never mind. Enhanced skill 2 a little bit buffed. So Bane gets a buff for his jungle. So the passive does percent HP of the enemy target a little bit more. That's it. Okay, that's it. Kagura. Increase max damage to the non-hero unit by... Oh, so now her skill 1 does more damage to anything that's not a hero by another 30%. Pretty good change. Her wave clear always did suck. And that was kind of a big downside picking her, so this helps. The ultimate got a pretty big buff. Wow. The pulling damage got buffed, base damage and scaling. Eve, a little bit of a buff. Slow gets buffed just a tad. Okay. Aurora. But there's so many changes this patch. This is really the seed. This is actually the MSC patch. And there's an absurd amount of changes. Hayabusa does less damage to creeps, but his base damage of his first skill got increased a little bit, and it costs less energy. Frederick gets a nerf. So the HP he gets from his great HP bar got reduced in the early game by a lot. Almost 10%. No, over 10%. 14%. And it slowly climbs back up as you level. Basha, his skill 2 costs a little bit less mana, but his ultimate will be weaker early game but stronger late game. But by the time you hit the late game, it doesn't matter because the marksmans will shred you. So basically, overall nerf to Basha. So Moscow gets a nerf to his attack speed after he skill 1, and then his skill 2 gets a nerf for the stun duration and the reveal. Okay, fair. I think Moscow did deserve a little bit of a nerf because he was super oppressive in the marksman meta. Natan, another nerf to Natan. Seems like an overall damage nerf to all his skills and his damage, and his ult brought a huge ult nerf. Half the attack effect inherited. That's crazy. Natan might be shit now. This honestly might have killed Natan. I mean, late game full build, you'll still hurt a lot, but getting there will be so much harder now. Nana adjustments. Skill 1 damage got nerfed. Okay. Oh, the skill 2 throws down so much faster. And the reduction. Oh, okay. So they made Nana the first skill and ult will do a little bit less damage and also have less like slow effect. But the second skill is like near instant right now. And it also reduces their defense by a lot more. The second skill defense reduction basically makes up for the damage nerf. So this is just a huge buff to Nana. Because that second skill will be thrown down so fast and the CC will be insane. They buffed Veil's damage. Okay, he's just gonna one-shot more people. That's cool. I hate Veil so much. I can't wait to get one-shot by him. So Loi ult nerf. I don't want to do this. Stop inviting me. Loi got an ult nerf CD. Deserved. I think she kind of deserves like a damage nerf too, but whatever. That's fine. Sicilian. Remove the forcing of skill 2. So I think skill 2 will be laid down instantly, but it'll still take a second for it to close. So like a slight buff to Sicilian. Alice got a big buff to her mana because of how they changed Clock of Destiny. Interesting. So Esmeralda gets nerfed because apparently Clock and Thunderbolt are too strong with her. Okay, I can see why Thunderbolt would be too strong with Esme. You could build that first item and you would just scale so fucking hard with the infinite scaling defense. So that makes sense. Glue gets a bit of a buff. I think Glue is still bad, but Dan gets an interesting buff. Skill 2 CD gets reduced and the ult CD gets reduced. Okay, Jawhead change. So now you only need 6 stacks to get max stacks, and the percent got changed from 1% to 2%. So before you could hit a max of 10% with 10 stacks, now you can get 6 stacks for a max of 12% damage. Pretty good change. So now it's a lot faster to do that more damage. So if you have like high and dry, and you have that new emblem Warcry, that'd be like 8% plus 7% plus 12%. That's such an insane amount of damage, dude. I might have gotten like the percents wrong in Warcry or high and dry. I don't remember off the top of my head. That's insane. Jawhead, I might try like some Jawhead cheesy one-shot builds, because you could do so much damage with that then. So Beatrix passive gets changed to where you get more damage from crit strengths, the same thing Leomord got. And then the delay between switching weapons reduced by 40%. I still think Beatrix is bad in the current Marksman meta. Wan gets a buff. Oh boy, I love to see Wan buffs, bro. Why do they keep bringing Wan back to the game? It's just gonna be perma-banned in pro play. Like, if Wan's ever OP, people just ban her, because she's so annoying to play versus. She's gonna get perma-banned. That's horrible, bro. That's horrible. Like, please. It's so bad. So Clint's bit of a damage buff. Atlas, bit of a defense buff, cooldown buff as well. Rafaela loses some mana cost, that's nice. Diggy, the ultimate, ooh, okay, nice. So the ultimate duration of Diggy gets reduced, which I think is good. Because it's already a really good ult in the first place, but if, you know, if you're really heavy snowballing, it's hard to do a lot. He just fucks CC heroes too hard, so there's like no counterplay. So now that's 2 seconds, you have a bit more leeway for a CC hero to wait it out. After releasing the ultimate chaos form, the cooldown skill is no longer affected by CD reduction. I honestly don't know what that means for Lunox, but whatever. Overall, dude, that's so many changes. Seems like a lot of like... So essentially, the 2 best tank junglers, Basha and Fredrin, got nerfed. And they buffed a lot of damage junglers and just added a lot of more damage in the game as well. So it seems like... I'm not sure... I mean, honestly, jungle meta will probably still be tanks, but I wouldn't be surprised seeing more damage options now in MSC. And it'd be definitely very exciting, because this changes a lot of things. That's a lot of items that benefit so much from damage, and a lot of like, I don't know, a lot of tank items, like anti-tank items as well. Or not a lot, but like more we'll see with the mage one, the new mage item, and then the new lethality snowball item. Anywho, hope you guys all enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. Like the video, subscribe, and this will be definitely a very exciting MSC. Bye bye.